Welcome everybody, and thank you for watching. Here we are, we're going to start this next YouTube episode of mine here at Denison Campground and surrounding area here in the north end of Kosciuszko National Park. Denison Campground sits at the very top end of Lake Eucumbene, where the Eucumbene River joins the lake. So here is their toilets, there's camping facilities and the picnic tables, of course, and fire pits. You can access and stay in this campground for a $6 booking fee, up to 14 nights, I believe it is, accessing that through the National Parks app. We'll also begin the episode this morning by taking a little drive down this trail here. This trail here is the Alpine Creek Sawmill Trail, or Alpine Sawmill Trail, and it goes down to Alpine Creek, which ultimately flows into the Eucumbene River. So we'll start the episode by heading down here, and then we'll head across to Denison Campground, and we'll do a bit of filming down through there, and also across to Providence portal as well. So just a short drive down here, down the Alpine Sawmill Trail, you come to a locked gate. This is as far as you can drive, and if you were to walk on this trail further, you would walk to the Eucumbene River and a location they call the gauging station, because there's a gauging station there that's looked after by Snowy Hydro to gauge the river flows, obviously 12 months of the year. So this is the little bridge over Alpine Creek. Many of you who follow me on Facebook would know that I regularly come here for a coffee stop. But I've already had my coffee this morning, so what I'm here to show you this morning is the creek flow here at Alpine Creek. So this is looking upstream. And as I've said, you will have seen photos that I've taken here many times. And if we come across here and looking downstream, I've had some questions at times as why do I hang out at these creeks and, come and have my morning coffee and just spend some time. Just listen to that beautiful sound of running water. It's very good. If you come down the Alpine Sawmill Trail to the Alpine Creek, where I was just showing you, about 50 or 60 metres on the other side of that bridge heading towards the gauging station is this old steam engine. I don't know much about it other than the fact that it was used back in the early pioneering days, because before this was all a national park, this area was logged and there was a big sawmill operation here at Alpine Creek. Somehow or other, much of the history of all that, of course, being a national park, is no longer here, but this somehow has survived. And many people know that this is here, but maybe you don't. So, here we are at Denison Campground. This area, unlike a lot of areas of Kosciuszko National Park, is actually open 12 months of the year as well for camping. So you can come here and stay, as I've already mentioned, for up to 14 nights for just only a $6 booking fee. In this area, there's actually two spots. First of all, we've got this area here. And then we come back around and over this way we have the other camping area here, which heads over this way, and you can see there the drop toilet facilities, and there's a number of campsites up on the hill over in this direction too. Not going to film because there's a few people over there, so I'll respect their privacy. This here is a locked gate, so this is as far as you can drive down to here at Denison, and from here it's about an 800 metre walk down this trail here to the river. Quite an easy walk, even I can do it. In fact, we're going to do it this morning, so you'll see that. But that'll take us down to the Eucumbene River. Just for, because I have a disability, as many of you know, just for reference, you can actually access, I'll just come back around to this sign, you can actually access a key for disability access from the New South Wales Department of Fisheries. So if you confirm your eligibility as somebody with a disability who is eligible, according to this sign here, if you contact the New South Wales Department of Primary Industry, the Fisheries, and confirm your eligibility, give them a call on 02 6042 4214, and you can actually be given a key to this gate, which would then mean that you would be able to access via vehicle to the river. So that might be useful for some of my followers, particularly seeing as though I have a disability too, and so I'm very active with that sort of stuff. And I think that is a wonderful thing. It's a pity that some more areas weren't opened up in that way, because although I can access this area, there's a lot of other areas where I would love a key to be able to access because of my limited walking ability. I can only go so far. Anyway, for your information. So far I've just walked a short distance down this trail on the way to the Eucumbene River, and I thought I would stop here and just film, because approximately where I am standing, if Lake Eucumbene were to ever fill again, which it's possible, but if it were ever to fill again, this whole area here would be underwater. About where I'm standing would be pretty much high water mark. So at the moment, Lake Eucumbene is sitting on about 43% of capacity, so a little under half. Of course, this area here being so flat and being very much at the top end of Lake Eucumbene, it's not very deep across here, but it does create great fishing ground when it is covered in water. Back in the 90s, I can give you an idea. If I zoom in over here to this, you can see this point over here. So back in the 90s, I used to fish up here very regularly, and I was actually fishing in this area here in very shallow water, admittedly, but I was fishing in very good water from the point of view of fishing. So this top area here, the lake was quite high, and I was actually fishing above that point, I remember. Just in this area here, many of you will know of Alpine Creek. Just down in that little valley there, can't pick it up with the camera from here, but that valley there, that is where Alpine Creek comes down and ultimately joins the Eucumbene River and then flows into Lake Eucumbene. So yeah, happy memories of once when the lake was full. I couldn't tell you which year it was in the 90s, but that is fact. Here we are at the Eucumbene River. So we've just walked what is Happy Jack's Road, and Happy Jack's Road ends at that gate that I filmed just a little bit earlier, but if you look back up here up the valley, you'll see the toilet block that I filmed earlier at the campground there at Denison. And so now I've walked down here. It's about 800 metres, that walk. Still getting my breath back, but it was a great walk. It's relatively flat, slightly downhill on the way down, of course. slightly uphill on the way back. But this is the area that they call Providence Flats on Lake Eucumbene. And coming into view in just a moment will be the Eucumbene River. So I'll do a complete 360 for you. But here is the Eucumbene River. Flowing okay, especially given where we are in the time of year. In, summer, and it's been very dry. So this here is the bridge that used to be across the Eucumbene River on Tollbar Road here, and I'm not exactly sure what year, but I believe it was the late 70s or very early 80s, late 70s I think. This was actually blown up by the army as a training exercise. The pylons have stood the test of time, however, they are still there. And if we keep panning around, we'll look upstream, and again up the Providence Flats. So if the lake were to be full, if you look up the very top end of the flats here, you'll see the tree line. So the lake has been up here before, although it hasn't been quite full, but you can see there where the water would normally go to. Looking up the river there, and right up into that highest point up there across the flats would be where the lake could get to. From here at the moment, at least from the ground, there's no way of seeing the lake, but I'm going to put the drone up here shortly and give you a look. So that's a full 360 degree view here from Tollbar Road and Denison Campground. So here we are. We've now moved down from Denison Campground, downstream of Eucumbene River, to give you a look at the Providence Flats. On the right hand side there you can see Providence Lodge, or Cool Mountain Lodge as it's now known. This is Providence Flats, and you can see there the Eucumbene River snaking its way to the lake. Beautiful, beautiful scene. Just a little bit of a breeze this morning. And this right here at the moment, which is the 11th of February 2026, this is where Eucumbene River meets the lake. And more than that, right at the moment, this water here, where I'll just zoom in a little bit, so this water here on the left coming into the lake, virtually at the same place as the river right now, is where the water from Tangtangra Reservoir comes through the portal here at Providence and runs into the lake. There's very little flow in the portal currently, as you will see a little bit later in the video. And welcome to the upper reaches of Lake Eucumbene. Right at the moment, I believe the lake is sitting at around 43 or 44%. So just for your information, at 43 and 44%, you can see exactly there where both the Providence portal water and the river mouth is right now. What a beautiful sight. Providence Portal, as it is known, is an earthen and concrete structure here at the top end of Lake Eucumbene. The portal sees water that is diverted from the upper reaches of the Murrumbidgee via Tangtangra Dam, and it comes through this 16.6 kilometre tunnel exiting here at the portal. Here are a couple of videos filmed at different times. The first one when the portal is low at February 2026, and the second one shows you the portal at full flow back in spring of 2025. Thank you, everyone. I really do hope that you have enjoyed this episode, and congratulations if you've made it this far, because you've made it to the end. Providence Flats is a very special location for me, because back in early 1974 was when I first caught trout here at Lake Eucumbene, and those memories are still very vivid. If you enjoyed the video, I would much appreciate a comment or a like, and even a subscribe if you'd like to follow along for further videos as I continue my journeys around the mountains throughout 2026 and beyond. Thank you for your support, and I truly do hope that you've enjoyed this episode.